Opening with the queen's pawn controls the center and usually leads to a more positional development of the pieces. The Indian game begins by controlling the important e4 square with the knight, rather than a pawn. The Trompowsky attack immediately attacks the knight on f6. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. This attacks white's pawn chain. This forces the opponent to double pawns. Recaptures. This activates a bishop by developing it off of its starting square. This blocks the check from an opposing bishop. This is the strongest option. With this recapture, black introduces a new piece to the game. White develops the knight and attacks the center. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. Castling gets the king out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Moving from its starting spot, the queen gets involved in the game. White develops the knight and attacks the center. That's an unfortunate error. Advancing the pawns in front of the king can compromise the king's safety. This is an equal trade. Takes back. Right on target. This connects the rooks, which helps them work together. This breaks a pin, enabling a pawn to provide needed defense. There were worse moves, but also something much better. This is a fair move. This is not the right idea. That's fine. This allows the knight to control more squares. This attacks a queen, winning a tempo when it moves away. This attacks a knight, winning a tempo when it moves away. This defends the attacked knight. This allows the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a queen. This misses an opportunity to win a tempo by threatening a queen. This permits the opponent to sacrifice a knight for a nice tactic. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it. There was only one good move there. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it. A good use of time, thinking and finding the only good move in the position. The piece finds a new active square. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. This wins a tempo by threatening a queen and forcing it to move away. This move puts the queen on a safer square. This permits the opponent to eventually win a bishop. This is the way to win a bishop. This threatens to eventually win a pawn. That bishop was free for the taking. This defends the attacked pawn. Right on target. A solid choice. Very precise. A solid choice. This captures a knight and eliminates a threat. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. Recaptures from a previous move. This places a rook on the 7th rank, where it can be highly active. This move puts the pawn on a safer square. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Takes back. This move puts the knight on a safer square. This is an equal trade. This doubles the rooks on a file, which allows them to team up to create threats. This moves the pawn to safety. This offers to exchange pieces of equal value. A very strong play. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Takes back. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. This is the strongest option. This is the only move that works. This evades the check from the rook. This move puts the rook on a safer square. A solid choice. Very precise. This is the only move that works. This move puts the rook on a safer square. A solid choice. An active king is critical in the endgame, and very precise. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Takes back. This defends the attacked pawn. A solid choice. This evades the check from the rook. Now black can't stop white from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. The piece finds a new active square. That was a free pawn. This steps away from the checking rook. A solid choice. A solid choice. Right on target. This defends the attacked pawn. A solid choice. One of the best moves. Now black can't stop white from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. This is the strongest option. That pawn was free for the taking. A solid choice. This moves the rook to safety. One of the best moves. An active king is critical in the endgame, and a very strong play. This is the strongest option. This steps away from the checking rook. A very strong play. A solid choice. A very strong play. A solid choice. Very precise. This is the strongest option. This defends the attacked pawn. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. One of the best moves. One of the best moves. That pawn was free for the taking. An active king is critical in the endgame, and get very precise. A very strong play. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. One of the best moves. That pawn was free for the taking. An active king is critical in the endgame. Very precise. A very strong play. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. Right on target. Very precise. This steps away from the checking rook. Right on target. This steps away from the checking rook. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. This steps away from the checking. A solid choice. A very strong play. A solid choice. Black will be winning a pawn with that fork. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. A very strong play. Very precise. A solid choice. This blocks the check from an opposing rook. This evades the check from the knight, pushing a passed pawn. Very precise. This continues down the road to checkmate. Right on target. This continues down the road to checkmate. This steps away from. This continues the checkmate threat. This is the strong. This continues the checkmate threat. Very precise. This continues the checkmate threat. And the game is over.